Hi, Chris. I've got your work up. So I see you've made a couple of changes, and I think the changes you made are fantastic. I really do. This page is just so much more inviting, this spread right here, than it was before. And um, you're really showing that you're paying attention to the grid. I think you've unnecessarily broken the grid in a few areas. This image, for instance, this image isn't too bad, really. It's a little bit too small. Actually, this image is okay, but this image is definitely breaking the grid, as we can clearly see. If I, if we take a come on now, come on. If we take a ruler, ooh boy. Okay, if we take a ruler and we draw a guide right there, we can clearly see that 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 image is breaking the grid. Okay, let me see if I can get back on track here. And I'm going to put you on pause for a second. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. So what I was trying to do here is, here we go, finally. I was just trying to draw a guide right there up to that, so we can see how that image broke the grid. Okay, I'm not real sure it's a good idea to use your the same typeface and same size that you're using as your subhead for your pull quotes. Maybe it's not the same size, but it's really super close, and that's going to compromise your hierarchy. Because right now, I think that your images and your pull quotes are so big on the page that that eye is immediately going to them. What ends up happening is the eye goes to the largest and brightest areas. So we did look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. My worry is that the viewer is just going to go ahead and continue off the page, because there's really not anything holding this viewer down to say, all right, this is where you start. This is how you read. This is how you continue to read the spread. And we do things by using drop caps, pull quotes, sidebars, captions, etc., as well as a very good, healthy dose of white space in order to help guide the viewer through the page. Typographically, I think this is really, I'm going to be honest with you, Chris. I mean, you're a big boy. You can handle it, right? I think that typographically, this page and this page are done very well. However, if we take a look at this page right here and look at the typeset, okay, look at the leading, and especially look at the leading especially, and then look at the leading over here. These are two different typesets, and basically you've got, basically you've got, okay, the leading here is definitely tighter than the leading here. We can clearly see it, okay? So you've got two different typesets on the first two pages. You've got two different typesets on the second page, the third page, and finally on the last page. So there's really not much consistency at all in your typographic flow. Okay, one of the main concerns typographic on this page are your settings for your justified type is leaving really, really horrid kerning. Look how tightly that is kerned, and then how loosely that is kerned. So you're getting these huge word spaces right here. See here, here, here. We can really, there's a river right down here. Look at that. And that's caused by those word spaces over here. Okay, and so my suggestion, honestly, Chris, I would learn how to set justified type before I wouldn't use it. I would use rag, left align rag right, or learn how to adjust these. Now I think I gave you settings. If I didn't, or if you misplaced them, let me know, and I'll be glad to shoot them over to you again after the class is over. This page, it just doesn't fit in with the flow. There's no flow here. Okay, this page looks like it could be an ad. And then this type here is just so large that it's going to be unwieldy when you print it out. This page here, I'm going to back off a little bit because we're going to see some issues here that are really going to be easy to see once I back out. Look at the holes in your type. There, 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 there. You can see them. I'm just clicking, but you can clearly see them right there, 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 there. And again, justified type settings. Okay. Let's go back to full size. This is actually set beautifully. I like this typeset here. I do. I think it's great. And I mean, I'm all for I'm it's at that 20% mark for leading, 20% of type size. So it's 10 over 12, 8 over 9 point something, 8 over 10, close enough. But and I think that you've got plenty of leading in here, and that's why this page is so inviting. Okay, and then back to the red background. So again, another drastic inconsistency in the presentation. Okay, this pull quote here is just about that wide, and then this pull quote here is the whole page wide, so there's another inconsistency. So basically, Chris, it's pointing down to inconsistencies. I want to do this because I want to show you something, but you've got some widows. Technically, that might be, that's okay though. All right, so that's what I have. Oh, and I noticed, let me see. Did you, oh, I know you got these shots here, but you're not showing any spreads. Boy, I wish, I can't open all of these, so, but you know what you have, but you're not showing spreads. You're just showing, see, that's a folded page. There's no staple there. So we need to see, boy, I sure wish this was in a way that I could look at each of these, because I'm not going to be able to. I'm running out of time, but let's look at one more. Same thing. See what I mean? You're not showing spreads. I wonder, I just can't look at all these because they're not packaged, so I'm not going to open up every individual one, but you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so actually, you know what, hold on, I found what I was looking for, and it's this, right? It's this, and as we can see, you're not showing spreads, so technically we really should be getting a view at spreads, especially like a page like this one right here, where we can see that page has a spread, but right here it's folded over. So it kind of, now I'm not saying you did or you didn't, but it kind of looks like you printed these out and folded them without actually saddle stitching and assembling and imposing the pages and assembling and stapling saddle stitch style and then shooting. Okay. And yeah, we can see that right here. There's no staple. It's just folded together. So you're going to get a little bit of a hit there because technically that was one of the assignment parameters. So, and then the only finally thing I want to mention here, I'm taking way too long. Sorry about this, but your type is really big, and I think that we can see just how enormous it is when you look at these pages printed out. That's just really, really big type. All right, good job. Thanks, Chris.